From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Thomas Richardson.
We've got to say, MFC guys are 1-0 so far. Here's another WAMA guy coming in on the heels of his, Winnipeg, his Manitoba teammate. So you got to think that a little bit of a chip on Richardson's shoulders already. And this guy's already got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I like it, man. I love Tugboat. I love his style. He looks too good looking to be a fighter, and that speaks to his technique and his ability to get out of situations that are bad for him. I've been a fan. He's been to a number of our events. I would have liked to see him higher up on our card. But this, like I said, when every fight is stacked, you just stick around and watch every single fight because they're all potential fights of the night.
Absolutely, and he was a little chapped over being this low on the card, but all he's got to do is win and win again, and he'll move on up this card for sure. We're expecting a good performance from him tonight, and like I say, he's got to be feeling a bit of added pressure now. Maybe Jeff, you fought before. I mean, what kind of do you think that when your teammates win? Some guys don't like it going with a bunch of teammates because if someone loses, it can sort of take away from your own performance, distract you from what you're trying to do in there.
It's an interesting question, Jacob, and I think that the clarity happens with itself when you're facing and you're squaring off against somebody in competition every time. You put it all out of your mind, you know what your game plan is, and these guys are professionals. They don't make amateur mistakes. Jose the Rockstar Rodriguez.
Yeah, he got that nickname from basically just putting on a show, and he's hoping to put on another show here tonight. Thomas Richardson obviously has other plans, but
as a professional, he started his career on such a tear. There was a time when he was 6-0, and he was on his way to the big show. He's had a couple of setbacks since then, but he never, ever took any what we call soup cans or fights that were easy. He went for the toughest fights ever. He's fought a lot of UFC veterans, and what I love about Jose is just his attitude and his maturity in the ring. This fight, I think, could be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely, and it's maybe a good time to start talking about that Bang Muay Thai system that they fight out of Modern Martial Arts Center here in Saskatoon. Dwayne Ledwig bringing his coaching skills up to here, and every single fighter that we talk to that comes out of there says that it's been a game changer for them.
When it comes to movement, when it comes to angles, and when it comes to making up openings that your opponent doesn't even know he has, every single person in the Bang Muay Thai system says it is beautiful at doing just that.
And probably the shining example we can mention from the UFC would be TJ Dillashaw putting all that together to take the belt away from Cody Garbrandt just recently.
Yeah, there's no question that striking systems are great, but we always have to remember that this is mixed martial arts. And when you get to the ground, striking is a whole other game. So as good as you are on your feet, as we saw with Josh Goodhart earlier in the night, if you take away your best weapons, it's easy to get beat.
Richardson looking pretty calm in his corner.
This is the welterweight division sponsored by Jill Holdings Incorporated. Introducing first, in the Deuce Vodka Red Corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing in at 170.2 pounds. Fighting out of Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Thomas Tugboat Richardson.
Beautiful Jordan.
His opponent in the Deuce Vodka Blue Corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 6 losses, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 170 pounds even. From Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Jose the Rockstar Rodriguez.
These Saskatoon fans really showing it for their hometown fighters. Richardson looking a little taller and longer here, and Rockstar Rodriguez a little more tank-like. Not a huge amount of difference between these two, though.
Oh, I can feel it. You can feel it. Chris Desitalo, ref for this bout. Also one of the RCMP. Here we go. Hand touch, backing up. Richardson's with hands up high. Jose's got a little bit more movement with his hands. They're all around, harder to catch. Leg kick by Richardson.
Feeding that left hand over the top. The second time caught Richardson there. He returned the leg kick with that overhand the first time. Didn't look like too much on it, but that second one hit him hard for sure. Richardson not liking that. He's trying to land some kicks of his own.
It looks like he's trying to soften up the leg kick to take away the power punch. As he sets that up, he'll look for a combination, probably to go 1-2 in.
Rodriguez coming in with a flurry, and Richardson ducking down and taking him down.
Exactly what we said when Richardson's starting to get in trouble. He's starting to get in trouble. Jose Rockstar, look at that.
Great submission attempt exchange there. Going for the Kimura underneath was Rodriguez, and turning it into an armbar was Richardson here. Working hard against the ropes.
His elbow is out. He's trying to go for a triangle, but he's stuck in the ropes, and he won't be able to get it from there at all.
The ref is about to move this back into the inside. You got to think that he's going to have to stop it here.
It's an unfortunate situation, but that arm is out, so we really only. Actually, that is a close triangle, but he can't keep him there. You can't keep the rope there.
Rodriguez's head is free now, and not really able to land any punches. Rodriguez corner exhorting him to actually pull them back inside the ring here. Looks like the ref is content to let it go at this point, given the positioning.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. You want the fight in the ring for sure, not outside of it, Jacob. Chris Desautel's been here times before. He's going to actually put on a half triangle. Looks like there's some damage on the eyes from shots that he's taken. Now he's going to set it up, and he's close to a triangle here. Chris Desautel's going to let him go. He's going to check it.
Good job by a referee to get them into the same position.
And go. Jose's got to get his arm out of there. Look at the switch. He didn't do what he should have done there. He's getting his other arm in. Good job by Rockstar.
Mostly out of danger at this point, you think. Good job with that underhook from Richardson on the bottom.
He is.
Stepping into side control only temporarily is Rodriguez. Richardson doing a good job now and hard in on that single.
It looks like Richardson is just content to do the grappling here and to continue to go for that single leg. And there it is. He gets the back.
Great job to get him down.
2 points the hard way.
I think he didn't like those power shots of Rodriguez now. He's going to try to take this into somewhere he feels a bit more comfortable on the ground here.
I don't think anybody would like the power shots from a rock star.
Going back and forth here. Great grappling battle. Richardson not conceding anything here. Rodriguez tries to do the turnabout, but every time he does, Richardson has got him wrapped up.
And the difference between amateurs and pros, the pros will do stuff to take your oxygen away. We see that. Now he's doing an inverted crucifix.
Going to go back to the early days of UFC with some elbows to the face there, but not quite. Good job by...
He actually created the crucifix from the bottom, which is amazing. Jose's been here before. He knows how to defend, but it's a bad position here as he's trying to set up for those elbow strikes.
Inside control here, looking to land those elbows for sure, or step into mount as he did there, but good job by Rodriguez to keep his knee up and prevent that from happening.
You can hear the coaches telling them where they are, what they got to do. I do think Rodriguez has got to turn his hips into Richardson. He may give away the... There it is. He's turned his hips exactly like he needs to do. Now he's got to get to that single leg. Yep, he's doing everything right here to get out of it.
Doing a great job to just chain those submission attempts together and use them to land punches. And now moving into mount, landed a couple shots already, and now blasting away at Rodriguez. Doesn't have an answer for this. He's bucking. There he is, burying his head. That's the right thing to do in that situation without giving up your back. But Richardson's still in a dominant position.
Yeah, this full mount position, people always seem to minimize how good it is. It is the basis of jiu-jitsu. And now look at him. He doesn't get rolled over. He's taking the back now, going for a rear naked choke.
Rodriguez had enough of that. Giving it up. Richardson complaining about a glove grab there. Referee not intervening, and Rodriguez just let it go.
Rodriguez is calm, and it looks like he should be able to switch his hips over.
There's that length of Richardson coming into play. He's got that body triangle. It's not quite locked up, though, and Rodriguez might be able to escape still.
Oh, Richardson's triangling those legs, and he's really pushing on to take the energy out of Rodriguez right now. And he continues to adapt as Rodriguez tries to get out of the situations.
Those heavy shots from the back there.
You could hear it on the mat.
Put everything into that one. Rodriguez, no quitting him at this point at all. And Richardson doing a good job of landing heavy punches from the back. Gonna watch the back of the head there, but so far, not even a warning from the ref. Hasn't really come close to locking in this rear naked yet, but you gotta think this is sapping the will of Rodriguez bit by bit.
Absolutely. There's nothing worse than being hit and not being able to do anything because someone's got your back. 10 seconds.
I think Rodriguez is going to make it out of this round, and we'll have to see if there's an adjustment in the next round. This one's been mostly all Richardson, except for that initial salvo.
A really good first round. Jose got some great shots in there, the rock star, but the tugboat is just a machine on the ground, and it's got a lot of ammunition and weapons to fight there. Let's take a look at some highlights, Jacob.
There's that initial flurry. Richardson didn't like that. Goes hard in on that double leg and gets him down. He would work to the ropes after that, but then here's the mount. In my opinion, always a mistake for a fighter to try to hit from that position. You want to just try to escape, and you're not going to do any damage from there, and you're just opening yourself up. But Rodriguez in desperation mode there.
He's got the ice on his neck, and I think that the jiu-jitsu is really going to tugboat right now, Richardson, and Jose's going to want to be able to defend the takedowns.
It just speaks to that well-roundedness. You know, Richardson has confidence in his striking, but he didn't like what he was on the receiving end of there, and was able to take it into a world that basically it looked like he had the advantage in the grappling. So it'll be interesting to see how we go here
as we begin round 2. Just a little bit of
moisture in the corner there.
Moisture
just take it care of. Commission all over that.
Oh, it's a hard body kick. Look at the movement, trying to get in range. They're going to start by throwing the kicks to get in, and they're going close. Jose is focused on the kicks.
See, he's just trying to set up those hands and throwing that kick to just get him off balance, and then wading in with those power shots. Great job by Richardson, mixing it up. Hard in on a single again, and gets him down.
Ooh, tried to roll him there, but Richardson had good base, and he's in trouble again. Oh, he's going to turn the Kimura into armbar.
Great job by Richardson to ride it out there, and he's going to take the back again here, trying to work for that crucifix. He's got that arm trapped hard. Good patience and calmness displayed by Richardson here as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's been here 1,000 times before. He seems to be able to trap limbs at will, even though it might be.
Got a back of the head warning there, and Rodriguez gets himself out of the way before the ref has to intervene. Really leaving himself in that position and eating shots and hammer fists. Richardson just going to try to pop that neck up now, get him into a better position to lay some more leather down. Referee warning to hit the ear, and does so there. And Rodriguez really just in survival mode at this point with that arm trapped and eating shots from both sides.
What he needs to do is grab that leg and try to move his weight over so he can get a single and try to reverse his
hard elbow. He's getting a warning for that elbow, I think.
It's interesting. This is a pro fight, so he is getting a warning right now. Christel is Dreadsatel, the referee here. He does understand rules. He is also one of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police of our great Canadian nation here in Saskatchewan.
Back to the starting position there. Advantage for Rodriguez there after eating some heavy shots on the bottom. Another hard body kick there for Richardson.
Right to the liver too.
Will.
Oh, and a head kick from the rock star.
Blocked partially by Rodriguez. Firing these kicks back and forth, and then again just waiting in for that single. He knows he can get it now, and he does again.
Yeah, it's nice to watch Jose's ankles when he's throwing those punches, but it doesn't seem to affect once he commits, because the tugboat gets in there, grabs a limb, and gets the takedown every single time.
And good patience again displayed by Richardson there, because he knows that Rodriguez will come in if he gets that opportunity, and waits until he does, and then like a snake drops down and goes for that single. And beautiful execution there. Landing some hard elbows to the body now. And Rodriguez again has got that arm tied up underneath, but Richardson content now to just pound away and try to loosen it out, improve his position.
He's got the base. He continues to dominate Rodriguez on the ground. He continues to be strong in his hips and his positioning, and Rodriguez is always trying to get his position better.
Richardson both hands free now, trying to land some big shots. Rodriguez ducking under. His corner screaming at him to get up. Good job, but Richardson manages to get him down again and traps that arm again.
Richardson knows he's beating him on the ground and grappling. He doesn't want to take shots from the rock star.
He's got him in sort of a half rear naked, half side choke there. And
there it is.
Good
That's
job by
exactly
Richardson to
what
get back
Jose
up.
needed to do, and he
Got
did
that
it.
body lock now. Richardson hanging onto the ropes, gets a warning from the ref there.
Now
Goes
he's
for
going to
a-
do some jiu-jitsu and get that position. That's a great reversal and something that we haven't seen yet from Jose.
No, and Rodriguez needed that. You can see that he's going right to work here, landing some elbows. Good job with those short elbows. Richardson doesn't like that much. Trying to just keep that arm trapped now. And work his knees inside, trying to make something happen for him from the bottom here.
There's nothing better than seeing a fighter who's being dominated on the ground, get position and reverse it, and start to dominate the other fighter, showing that he's got skills on standing and on the ground. But Richardson knows what to do here too. He's trying to use a Kimura or an armbar to do a sweep and get Jose on the other side.
Definitely stifling any major offense now after those elbows. Didn't like those elbows and did a good job of neutralizing them, but we're definitely seeing the mouse on his forehead now too. No quitting Rodriguez, you know, getting dominated for the latter half of the first round and most of this round to that point, and then manages to turn it around and finish strong here.
10 seconds left, and he may have stole the second round.
It's going to be a tough one to judge for sure.
Absolutely, where he clearly probably lost the first, so we might be going into the third round tied up, and you can see the mutual respect from both guys going, wow.
There.
It's nice to see, and the corners are great. You can hear them clearly telling out the instructions as to what they need to do. Let's take a look at the highlights, Jacob. Some hard kick back from Rodriguez.
Trading those kicks and then just feinting with that right hand to get in there.
As soon as he commits to that punch, Tugboat is in there, Thomas Richardson. And he's got the takedowns.
That was the reversal from Richardson there, and you think he just wanted to scramble and get up and get out, but he wasn't able to. And Rodriguez didn't let go of that body lock and was able to work him to the ground there.
And good on Chris Desatel by allowing that to happen and not letting him hold on to the rope. These guys are exhausted. There's no question about it, and this is where I think that either a quick strike or a dominant position on top will take the fight and take the round.
Absolutely. Could possibly be anybody's fight at this point, though. You got to think these guys are both going to put it all on the line now.
It truly is. What an amazing first two fights here at the Sastel Soccer Center.
Great show of respect again. Those two warriors go at it.
I really like the way Jose throws that punch. It curls in around the guard. Thomas is showing some of his striking as well.
Yeah, that was a good straight left hand, followed with that high body kick there. Oh, a switch kick there. And it looks like Richardson's got a bit more in the tank at this point. Rodriguez corner him, exhorting him to circle away, and he's doing a good job of that so far, not backing up, not getting caught on the ropes. Trading kicks again here into a striking war, and there's that straight left again from Richardson.
I'd like to see less 1-2 and a little bit more combinations and go back to that takedown from both fighters. Hard fight from Jose the Rockstar Rodriguez. Another answers back with a hard strike, which misses his chin.
Another hard kick. Rodriguez switching stances here, and his coaches seem to think the orthodox is where the money is. Hitting another body kick though, and then a straight left behind it. Richardson's getting the better of the stand-up game so far this round. And Rodriguez this time going for that single. And
he's got to pull that leg in and make sure Richardson doesn't get up. Ah, he's in trouble now.
Pops the body lock at least and lands a heavy elbow there, but Rodriguez is in still hard on that single.
But Thomas Richardson is now respecting the grappling game now. He doesn't want to get on the bottom for sure. And he's doing everything to defend that. Oh.
Great job to pull him off the mat and land that knee, and good awareness by Richardson. He knew that both hands were flat there and that would have been a legal strike. Great job to pull him up and then knee him. Still stuck him with another single now, but
Look at the commitment.
Job by Rodriguez, but
Oh,
oh no.
he got the takedown but lost the position, and Tugboat's real close to full mount. It looks like he's nailed it
Just
right
to
now.
mount him there, just a gas tank thing there maybe for Rodriguez, was able to do the burst of power that he needed for the takedown, but then couldn't finish.
There's nothing worse than getting the takedown and then having the position reversed in transition. And that's
Taking
what's
his time
happened
here.
here.
Nasty elbow already from the top, and Rodriguez doesn't like that at all, already turning in. Richardson's going to start pounding him here, and you think it might just try to pound him out, but good job riding the back here. Rodriguez has got him up high, and they're both slippery here in this third round.
He's got to shake him off is what he has to do. He can't just stand there. That's exhausting. He's got to shake his hips and let him fall down. So it looks like he's content to bring his arm out
long enough
base.
to actually stick his leg down and create a base there for him to pull him back down. Great job by Richardson to stay calm and ride the back there. See if Rodriguez has enough in him to get up. Huge cut to the scalp of Rodriguez as well. Bleeding heavily now from one of those elbows.
Oh, he's trying to stretch him out down at the bottom there, and he's trying to maintain wrist control. As you see it, Richardson's doing a lot of stuff that's hard to defend. Jose's doing everything he can to work on the legs on the other side, but every time he does that, something bad can happen.
Richardson's got those hooks in, but he hasn't been able to flatten him out yet. You're right, and now he's decided to resort to some elbows and try to soften him up a bit.
He just wants to ride him out, it looks like. He's not going to flatten him out. He just wants to ride the back. Jose's got to turn around. He's got to try to get one leg out.
A couple of hard punches there. Rodriguez not liking those. Tries to pop him onto his back now again and go for that rear naked. Richardson looking for the finish here.
Oh, he's going back to that triangle, that body triangle,
That was
which
a
is
tight triangle this
exhausting.
time now. And got the hook in behind the leg as well for added pressure.
We've seen fighters tap from that body triangle. It sucks, let's be honest.
Going for this rear naked. Good job by Rodriguez so far to defend. There's the tap.
Oh my goodness, he did
It
a
was
neck,
more of a,
neck
it was a crank. It wasn't actually
So
a choke there.
the
It was
scariest
crank.
thing about those neck cranks is you start hearing your neck pop, and it's just horrifying, and you got to get out of there. And do
Didn't
that.
look like he was that close to the rear naked choke, but he just put his power into that crank and nailed it. Another show of respect from these gentlemen tonight. What a great fight.
An amazing fight by both guys. Thomas Richardson, Tugboat, really showing his superior grappling strength. And then Jose, the rockstar Rodriguez, giving everything he had and continuing to do it. But those neck cranks, they're just horrifying. When you hear your neck crack in your ears, in your head, you think the worst. And the worst can happen in that situation.
Especially when you're completely immobilized with that body triangle like he was too.
Let's take a look at these replays, Jay. You can see it here.
This is Rodriguez. He was on that single, switched legs, in fact. He was on a different
Here's
one
the
for a while. and he
transition
went for it,
mistake.
but
Look
then-
at the position.
Great job by Richardson.
He goes one leg down
Onto
and
the
kicks
mount
one
there.
leg over to go full mount in transition. That's just
Fantastic job.
hours and hours and hours of jiu-jitsu.
Like we say, not close to the choke there, and maybe Rodriguez didn't think it was going to go that way, but that crank was hard, and he was forced to tap.
By neck crank submission in the third round of 4:06 is the time. Thomas Richardson.